this is the AHR website where you can go into the National Healthcare Quality and Disparities Reports and get some data. So if you come in here where it says Data Query, you can choose your data. Keep in mind that you may go through this and build it and your data may not actually be usable because much of this data has qualitative data in it and you're going to need quantitative data to do any sort of analytical exercise. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to choose National. I'm going to choose a subject area that interests me. So I'll look through this and say I'm going to look at access to care. And then I will select a topic and say structural access. And then I'm going to choose at least one measure here. So I'm going to read through this and say I'm going to look for people under the age of 65 without health insurance. And I'm going to say, I'm going to look at single categories, and I'm going to look at by location of residence, and then get data. So once I have this data back, and this looks pretty good, but I think I'm probably going to have to reformat this depending on what the data looks like in order to use it in our Tableau or Microsoft Power BI. So I can open up Excel and save that file. And yes, when I look at this, I'm going to have to do some cleanup to this file. And unfortunately, this is what we have to do a lot of times when we get data that comes out of some type of system. This data has to be in a tabular format in columns and rows in typical table format. So we have to come in here and we have to do quite a bit of cleanup. Things like removing extra rows here. What we really need to have are our factors or our column headers up here in row 1 and then all of our data in here. So I'm going to take this offline and I'm going to clean it up so that it's in a tabular format. And as I do that, I may go through this and pick and choose or combine some of these attributes. And I may decide to just use the years percents and leave the standard error off of this.